Guys, I'm in like an extreme rush. I have no time to waste, but I need to do a quick update. I ran for my life and I made it to my favorite lunch spot. Clearly, we've got the fries and clearly the pesto pasta with the chicken. I need to dive in right now, but I just had to let you know because this might be my last time having this. Second to last or last, I don't know. But I had to document because clearly this is my favorite thing of life, so I'm gonna be sad to say goodbye to this pasta, but I've got to eat it because I've got to run back to the ship right now, literally. So, gotta go. But thank you, not only God, but this pasta because this is what's getting me through the days. Period. Ew, I probably look like a flop right now. I don't know what I look like. I haven't seen a mirror in hours, but they're playing the song One Last Time for what could be my one last time at this Roatan restaurant eating my fave pasta and fries combo. So I'm like, okay, symbolism and like coincidental realness, like that's kind of everything, like so unplanned, but so thoughtful. Like I love an unexpected coincidence, but what I love more than that is unexpected money. So if there's any unexpected money, then you better pocket the money, save the money, or spend the money, period. Guys, as you know, I'm like in like a major time crunch, had to go, but I just need to tell you some major tea. So like, there are these people that always go to the restaurant as well, like as me, and we always are like, hi, 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 blah, blah, blah. But today they were like, oh my God, come sit down with us. And I'm like, sorry guys, gotta go. But I'm like, these people are crazy. I'm not trying to join in a crazy situation. So enjoy your meal. I've got to go to work because I'm a worker and I've got to pay my bills, period. Guys, we're on like the dingiest school bus of life going up the hill. Guys, I'm wearing these shoes, but I didn't even get it in the water, period. Look at my shoes. I didn't get them in the water, you guys. Hey, guys. Hey guys, I'm in a cave right now and it's like pitch black, but I'm wearing this light so you can see everything around. It's so crazy. Period, you guys. It's dark. Rushed to the house, ran over here, but doing a quick check-in because seriously, It's launching time again. I'm not even gonna say much. I just had to order this again. The service here was so quick. I'm obsessed, and that's tea, girl. I'm eating this. Gotta go buy. Guys, don't even judge. I hope this camera doesn't stop filming because that would just be tragic, but I'm just gonna be sitting out here. So this is kind of like a throwback, like an old school, like one of my first ever few style videos, like me sitting outside on this exact deck, just chatting about, but this is the real tea about the cave tubing experience. I'm gonna give you the real rundown of the things that I'm like, I wasn't fully prepared. Like I thought about it, it crossed my mind, but I didn't take the right actions for me to successfully go through these things. So let's really run it back and really expose cave tubing in Belize. Okay, number one off the bat, let's really get into it. The bug situation. So as soon as we got off the bus, there was someone on a microphone, and every few minutes they were saying, spray your bug spray. Put on your bug spray. If you have insect repellent, put that on. They were heavy on letting everyone know to put on bug spray. Well, little did I know that we were going to be in a jungle situation. I am known for getting bitten by so many bugs, mosquito bites, all little insects. If they're flying around town, I know I'm going to get bitten. I know that, oh my God, I'm dripping in sweat. Also, I have to wear this towel right now because I just forgot my sunscreen. Don't judge, just don't even question it. I forgot my sunscreen and I'm in the sun. Yes, this is a mistake. I don't support this behavior and I'm sorry. But back to what I was saying, I would normally bring in insect repellent, but when I was packing my bag for what I needed for this excursion, I was planning on just bringing a bum bag. So in a bum bag, you can't fit much but a wallet and maybe a phone, and like that's it. So I just have my little accessories. But then in the morning, okay, my camera stopped filming. This whole thing is failing and my iPhone temperature needs to cool down. I think, actually, I need my water bottle. I probably want to bring a long sleeve because I know it's going to get cold on the bus. We'll refer back to this later. And I want to bring like a snack. And yeah, long story short, forgot sunscreen and I forgot bug spray. So I was the one suffering and I was like, oh my God, all these announcements, they're making me nervous. But thank God my friend had some bug spray that I borrowed. So I used it, but all I could think was, why did I forget bug spray when I'm known for getting bitten, and especially in these hot jungle climates? So all I can say is if you're doing an excursion outdoors, just bring the bug spray. No matter how big or small your bag is, no matter how much you're packing on that day, bring some bug spray because you don't know what environment you're going to encounter. In my head, when I hear the word cave tubing, I'm thinking, it's dark, there's no like wildlife. We're just in the water, streaming around, looking at the caves. I will not even have to think about a bug. But what I didn't think about was the journey from the bus through the jungle to the cave. So that transport just there, I wasn't prepared for. And you may be wondering, like, haven't you done this before? And I have, but there's just some things that you forget. So that was one of them. Okay, number two, let's just really tackle this head on. You saw me with my Asics sneakers. Yes, I just wore my sneakers into the cave. That was crazy because they did say on the ticket, closed toe shoes required. Okay, you guys, I don't know where this camera cut off, but I knew this was going to happen. This was my fear of what was going to happen when I film because the camera's so far away. I can't see the screen. I don't know if the camera's still filming or not, but I had to move. I had to get out of the sun because my phone was overheating. The camera just turned off automatically. It was like a whole thing. But let's get back to the truth. So I was talking about my shoes situation. I'm just going to talk about it again because I don't think it was filmed. But I was wearing Asics. You guys saw the Asics. They were just regular running shoe sneakers that I would wear out to a gym, to outdoor activity. But these shoes are not waterproof. These are not made for being submerged in the ocean or a river or a lake or a pool. But let's just cut right to it. I had to submerge my feet into the water. I tried my best not to get my feet in. Too late. Couldn't avoid it. My feet were in the water. I did take off my socks before we even went on this experience. I put it in a locker because I was like, I think that if there is a slight chance that these get splashed or wet, it would be uncomfortable with socks. So let me remove the socks and let me just wear my shoes because the rule was you had to wear closed-toe shoes. I only have sneakers. I don't own water shoes. I wasn't in the mood to rent water shoes. I wasn't in the mood to buy water shoes. That just wasn't my journey for that day. I was like, I've got these sneakers. I've got flip-flops in my bag. Either way, I'm good. My vision was to wear the flip-flops in this scenario, but they needed something that could really be latched onto your feet. They won't fall down because allegedly if something falls into the water in the cave, it's like a major foot drop. I don't know what the exact number was, but it was something that was like free diving or like just not possible to collect here really quickly. So I put on my Asics sneakers, laced them up. Guys, this camera is really stuffing up. It stops filming like every 2 minutes. So I filmed the whole thing again. It flopped. So I'm just gonna maybe play what I wrote over some footage. I don't know, guys. It's so annoying because I can't actually tell when this camera is filming or not. So can't deal. Hope you enjoyed. I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna make this last part quick because I'm just sick of losing all this footage. But let's talk about the final thing that I didn't think about during cave tubing. So I knew the bus ride there was gonna be an hour and a half. So I knew it was like a long time on a bus. But what I didn't take into account is how cold it would be because they really blast the aircon because Belize is like the hottest place of life. They obviously need aircon on the bus because we're there for a long time. And I did think about this slightly because I did bring a long sleeve outfit to put on for the bus ride. However, it was still freezing cold. I was like, why are we in Antarctica right now? I should have brought pants or a jumper. And since I was wearing flip-flops on the way back, my feet were freezing. I was like so cold. I could have put the socks on and then the flip-flops, but I just didn't think about it at the time. I was just shivering it out. I was like wearing my long sleeve, but yeah, long story short, it's cold on the bus. You just don't want to, that's like the major deal. Like you just don't want to bring a lot of things, so you just forget all the little nooks and crannies of little things that you could possibly need. Like you don't want to overpack. But then what I did is I just brought the essentials, but I forgot the essentials too. So it's like maybe make a list or just listen to me. Bring bug spray, bring sunscreen if you think that you're gonna get burnt, and bring like another pair of shoes or maybe a plastic bag as well, so you can put them in there. Like I didn't think about that. And maybe bring some pants, bring some long sleeves, maybe bring a jumper if you have like a backpack or something, like you have something heftier, and you'll be good to go. But other than that, had the best time, would recommend, such a good experience. And it really is amazing seeing caves. Like caves are crazy, they're kind of scary. Yeah. And I would say also bring a waterproof iPhone pouch so that you can, one, bring your phone, but two, you can swim and you won't feel like, oh my god, I can't go in the water because my phone's gonna get submerged. But anyways, gotta go. Like seriously, this camera never films anything, so I'm sick of it. And peace. I thought, damn, like, I want to wear my flip-flops. Like, my feet aren't going to touch the water anyways. Like, surely we can maneuver with flip-flops, and when it's water time, just take them off. But no, the rule was closed-toe shoes. Very explicit, very clear. I couldn't find it. And I don't have those little aqua/water shoes right now. I've only got my Asics sneakers that I was willing to get dirty, and I was willing for them to have a light splash. But what I wasn't prepared for was having to submerge my real feet into the water. So full sneaker engaged in water. I took off my socks so I wasn't with like a weird like wet socks feeling, because that's just the worst thing I've ever experienced. So I was already a little one step ahead. And you're probably thinking, why didn't you just hire the water shoes? Why didn't you just buy the water shoes? Or why didn't you just like, I don't know. And what I have to say about that is I just didn't want to purchase something that I was never going to use again. And even though you could rent it, I just felt like, I don't know, I'm good with just the Asics sneakers, because I did think, since I thought, oh, I can wear my flip-flops, I had those flip-flops in my larger bag. And so after we were complete with the experience, I took off those sneakers, I was just holding them in my hands, and I was wearing my flip-flops. So that was actually smart of me to have the two pairs of footwear ready to go. So that was kind of genius, and that had me thinking, like, I did think about it, but I didn't really think about the extent, because the major thing that I didn't show was that at the end of the tubing experience, there was two ways that you could get back to the jungle. You could either, one, do the swimming route. You could swim like 100 feet. I don't know how long that is, but that's what they said. Or you can float your way back. And in my head, I'm thinking, of course I would swim back. Like, I want to jump into some fresh, refreshing water. I've been sitting in this tube all day. I think it's time to swim it out. I'm wearing a life jacket. I'll be good to go. But I was wrong, because I didn't factor in that I was wearing some Asics sneakers that aren't made for water. They're made for running. They're made for outdoor. I was like, I'm going to be weighed down. I'm going to be swimming for hundreds of meters or feet or something with just regular sneakers on in the water that whole time. That's so uncomfortable. That's kind of difficult. That's a challenge. But also, alongside that, I had my iPhone with me. Not with an iPhone waterproof case, not with a waterproof pouch, not in a waterproof bag, just this pure iPhone and my bum bag. And I did put a plastic Ziploc bag in my bum bag because I did somehow think of this, but I didn't get the full thought across. So what I'm trying to really say is I thought about these things, like, past my mind, but I didn't do a deep dive. Oh. Well, obviously, they clearly didn't fall off, but there were times where I had to jump into the water, like we had to get off the tubes, we had to walk around, and I just had to get them wet. So weird, so boring, but long story short is, if you're doing this experience, just get the water shoes because you need closed toe. So closed toe is like the main situation that they really want you to really dive into. But the main part about this shoe gate is that at the end of the tubing experience is this thing where you could either do two options. You could either swim to the end to get your way out, or you can float. As a group, we all were like, obviously we're going to swim, like we want to get in the water, we want to really like just be full body in water, really cleanse ourselves, really be refreshed and renewed. But then I got to really thinking, I barely wanted to get my feet wet. If I was swimming, the shoes would be in that water for the whole time. It was a really long distance. Like, you can't just stand up and walk close to the edges. Like, it was really deep. You really did have to swim the whole time. I'm like, I can't swim in sneakers. Like, that's just really difficult. And I had my iPhone with me. My phone isn't waterproof. I didn't have a waterproof bag. I didn't have a waterproof case. So that was kind of like okay? I'm not gonna just submerge my phone right now. Like, I'm not in the mood to go through phone damage, to go through the whole phone and rice situation. And I did bring a little Ziploc plastic bag with me so I could put my phone in it. I don't know if that even would work, but for the slight chance I did submerge in water, it would have a little bit more protection. But I just came to my senses. I was like, I just don't think this is the best solution, so I'm gonna float my way. So I stayed on the tube. I didn't even bother swimming. I was fine with it. I was like, at least I'm not like out of breath. I could just sit on this tube and make my way down, like paddling with my hands. So that's why I couldn't film any of it, because my phone was Ziploc bagged up in my bum bag, which isn't even waterproof, it's just a regular bum bag. And I had to use both my hands to paddle backwards to move across the stream in the cave. It was cute, but like, I actually could have filmed it, but I just, at the time, I didn't know, like, was I gonna just jump in and swim, or was I gonna float it out? And let's just be realistic. I was never gonna put my full feet in the whole time. I barely wanted to do it when I was just walking from place to place. So I was like, Jackson, you are not about to submerge for like multiple minutes straight, like swimming with sneakers. Like, pack it up. You're crazy. So yeah, that was the tea. I just put my flip-flops on after, because obviously we were done with the caving, and I just wore flip-flops for the rest of the day, and I just had my shoes out in my hand, like hoping it would air dry. So they're like dry now. So I was like, I knew that like it was just water, like it wasn't like dirt or anything. Like the shoes would be fine and just getting wet and then drying out. But it was just the whole like, oh my god, I had to really submerge the feet in. So that's what you have to think about if you're doing cave tubing. Like, your feet will submerge. Even if you try your best to avoid it, they will get wet. And even if you think it's a splash, no, the feet will be ankle deep at least in some water. So think about that, and up to you.